Hey everybody, it is the Angry Honey Badger here, and it is time for patch notes. It is patch 5.3, and joining me today for this glorious patch is Ranger. How you doing?
Ooh, I'm doing fantastic, man.
Yay!
Fantastic. You already stated how you're doing, but I'm gonna ask you anyways. How are you today?
I'm okay. I'm pretty
That's
good.
fan
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
crazy
So
stuff.
patch notes. If you've never been to one, that's weird at this point. We go over the patch. We let you know what's happening in the upcoming patch. Let you know what is a big change, what maybe is something people might overlook, what's important to us, all of those types of things. So we're gonna go ahead and where do we want to start actually with this patch? I know there's a little bit of an intro.
It's a really big
It
intro.
is a big
Um,
intro.
I mean, I think you should cover that because it lets you know the direction that Riot is aiming for. So
Hmm.
I think you should just skim it. Skim it.
I am skimming it right now. So, because patch 5.2, we saw the removal of Sir DFG.
Thank you.
Thank you. They've been at hard work to cycle through and fix a few delayed champions that they are going to change because of its crude disappearance. They're aiming for patch 5.4 to have some of these key changes for some of these key champions, such as Mordechai and Viger.
Ahoy, hoy, hoy.
Apart from that, there's a new tipping point with actually, here's a really interesting thing that's noticeable now. Actually, with the removal of DFG, there's if you pick up a needlessly large rod, it's only going two places.
The Death Cap or Zonia's.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of choices.
Nope.
So, so we'll just have to see how changes go from here. I'm really not gonna speak to what I think might happen. I think they could do a lot of different things with a lot of different things. So, and it's funny because we're seeing a magic resist change this patch too. So, we'll get to that.
You were just so descriptive. They could do a lot of things with a lot of things. I mean,
I nailed it. I'm waiting for future patches.
yeah, really.
About the only thing I usually want to predict nowadays in a patch notes is that Azir's getting some kind of tweak. It's about the only thing I can
Where's
bank
that
on.
Azir nerf?
It's coming up. It's gotta be. It wouldn't be a
Not
patch
nerf,
without
sorry,
one.
sorry.
Tweak,
Fix.
bug fix,
Tweak.
anything. All right. So first up on the list, let's look at Sona.
Yes.
So Sona has some changes. Base attack damage up a little bit, actually. Base movement speed up a little bit. Base health up a little bit. Health growth stat actually down a tiny bit. And then mana regeneration per 5 down a tiny bit. And the mana regeneration growth stat will be changing and going up a little bit. What this means is Sona's seeing changes. Nailed it.
Wow. I mean, you're so descriptive with that. Now, okay. Here's my thing. Are they doing this in anticipation?
Yes.
Just
That's what I was
let
waiting for you to.
Let me finish. Let me finish this conspiracy theory. I'm the first one that thought of it.
Okay.
Are they doing this because of, the possible release of a legendary type skin?
No. No.
Thought I had it. Yeah, it seems kind of crappy to me. Because if you remember when Pantheon got released, his dragon skin, they nerfed him ninjally. That's a word now? Like the day after the skin came out. So now they're buffing the champion. I think it revolves too much around skins now.
Yeah.
It's kind of getting on my nerve a little bit.
You didn't mean released Pantheon. You meant when that skin was released.
Yeah.
I was going to say that was like his 7th skin. So.
Yeah, he's got a lot of skins.
Yes, I completely agree. Pantheon was that way. When his skin was released, it was he was very strong at the time, kind of amazing, and then he got nerfed pretty hard afterwards. And he luckily fits. He actually came back into play again, though, because of a few things. But tweaks and changes to help him come back up. But yeah, that did happen. Now, Sona seeing a few buffs and tweaks. She's been seeing a lot of nerfs, though, over time. Maybe, hopefully, this is just bad timing.
Yeah,
I still think she's completely fine where she's currently at. But
the hard thing with Sona is she's super good in competitive games. When your team goes in together, when everyone's on the same keep. When you're playing with a random person, someone gets caught out a lot.
Yeah.
Ultimates get wasted. So it's really hard for them to balance it because they want everyone to be able to play Sona, but they also don't want her to be super strong and competitive.
The same thing happens with a lot of good champions, like competitive champions you see that you don't see typically in solo queue. It's what I like to call skill champions because skills like the limit. You know, like if you're amazing, it's an amazing champion, but then they don't seem to work for normal.
Yeah. Azir
is kind of one of those. Unless you're not good with him, but the people you're playing against are even worse, then it would work.
then it's totally fine. You play whatever you want.
But yeah, so. Yeah, I want to hope it's just bad timing and not them saying, hey, look, Sona's getting some tweaks back up a little bit, and she's got a sweet sin coming out.
On the side.
I hate to think it's that, but it could be partially that. So let's go ahead and move on to Ahri.
This lady is getting tweaked and buffed and tweaked and buffed and tweaked.
So the nerfs she received last patch was actually a buff.
Yeah, they were buffs, weren't they?
Yeah, well, they were
movement speed with the Q.
There was a lot of tweaks that looked like nerfs. People were sad about the changes overall and about how things did things. Anyways, her movement speed on top of her orb was insane. Because it also didn't give a number. It said a massive burst of speed. Which, when you can't put a number on things, what does that even mean? And then we saw it work in games, and it was like, oh yeah, you're right, a massive burst of speed. She's running at 690 right
I think
now.
they just picked a random number. It was like, just give her, just keep pouring it on.
Give her 35%? Yeah, no, actually more than that. Like
it was
45, 50?
It was a lot.
It's a lot.
It's more than 50. But yeah.
So to tweak all these things all together, Orb of Deception's mana is going to cost 10 more. I don't think this is a huge change. Obviously, it affects her early, and I think that's smart, honestly. It's a lot of harass, especially since there's true damage built into it. Next, we have the Foxfire. Rotations... Actually, this is kind of cool. So, rotation speed has been increased by 30%, meaning that hitting a champion with Foxfire at a maximum range won't have to wait as long for them to rotate closer. So, the damage on that is being reduced, and the range as well. But the fire off faster, correct?
Yeah. It's more of that burst damage instead of that slow ping, 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 ping.
Yeah. So they all go off at the same rate, and they also did tweak them so they actually hit better too, and
yeah, if one's gonna kill,
better.
They don't target it again.
Yeah, and then Spirit Rush now is getting a 100 range nerf.
Yes.
Which, I think this is partially because of how much increased mobility she was gaining with Orb of Deception.
She's really fast and did not have to be close to you at all.
Yeah, she was darting in and out so much, on top of darting in and out, that it was insane. So this is to just make her a little less old school Akali, like pew, 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 you're dead, because that's what happened with all the changes that we saw from her. So she's almost like a guaranteed ban right now, because she's just really strong. These needed to happen. I think these are effective too, and I don't think they're over the top. Pretty decent base number damage on the Foxfire, but it still doesn't even bother me yet. So,
on to the king of... we're just going to say the king of the bugs.
King of the bugs.
And it's not because he's Egyptian.
Nice. I see what you did there. I liked it.
I want to say one thing. Mm-hmm. They said that there's powerful upfront champions with less impressive late games, and they said Quinn. Now, this makes me upset because Quinn is like my favorite ADC, but she doesn't have an ultimate.
No.
Don't tell me she has a bad late game when you don't give the champion an ultimate. If you have a team that has to siege, they don't want their ADC being melee. There's a reason why Tristana and Caitlyn are so good. They're in the back, but Quinn's in the front in melee form. Oh, it makes me mad. It's just...
She's good for cleaning up one person with one health when no one's around, and she's good at running away when she can only run away. But her ult really is not very helpful in other ways, shapes, or forms. It's really kind of unfortunate.
And that's why that champion isn't played more.
Yeah,
and it makes me sad. And then they say something like that, like, oh, she has a bad late game. No, she doesn't have one because you didn't give her an ultimate with one.
Yeah, I wonder what they could do. Like, if they just... That kind of ruins the whole the Quinn and Valor thing a little bit, but...
Make them different. Health bars. That's it.
Yeah.
So if Valor dies, Quinn comes back out. That's all you have to do.
It would be kind of cool. They should.
It's like an Anivia egg that she could trigger when she wants. That's it.
That'd be interesting.
It'd be amazing, but whatever. Right? It's cool. Just say she has no late game.
Yeah. Anyways, back to Sir Bugfix. I totally agree with you. But to Sir Bugfix, general base attack damage stat going up a little bit. I'm actually okay with that. I think his last hitting sucks without his soldiers. Conquering Sands, magic damage on this is being reduced decently drastic late game, because late game he already gets so much damn power from ability power. It honestly shouldn't be a huge issue. This one, he'll two-shot an ADC. It is insane. So little nerf early, I'm okay with that too, because it hurts. I mean, he literally doesn't have to do anything to get in your face. He zones pretty easy if you do it correctly. I must put that on the side, obviously. And then on his Arise, the soldier's stab range is being taken down to 325. The tooltip values were incorrectly saying 0.6 ability power. It's actually 0.7, but instead of it being 90 plus 15 times level at 0.7, it's going to be 50 for 10 times the level at 0.4 is now the new.
Yeah, I mean, that's something. I don't know how that's going to affect him. Like, I really don't. I'm like, okay, is this a nerf? I mean, it's a nerf, obviously, with the range, but...
The nerf is, the range is obviously a nerf, but 90 plus 15 times for 11 at 0.7, and then 50
So instead of 0.7, it's 0.4? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, so instead of 0.7, it's 0.4, and then instead of 90 plus 15 times level, it's 50 times 10. It's just a nerf overall.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see it now.
Yeah, and no, it's the way it stacks and the way it works is a little bit odd. It's just a nerf overall.
Okay.
Once again, once you get a little damage on him, it's not a problem. If he was able to get slightly ahead, like if he could go first trip back and buy a needlessly large rod, like it was GG. He had too much damage.
Yeah, you were in some serious trouble.
Because you need to come back to lane with 9 health pots. Well, they nerfed 9 health pots, so you can't do that. So
thank goodness.
You couldn't bring enough pots to lane to even stay in lane unless you were like a self healer, like Nidalee with like a blue buff and a chalice, and a Negatron cloak.
He was really hard to play against. Really no room for error.
Yeah.
If he was able to poke you, like 2 jabs could really just, have to go back now.
Yeah. And because if you brought one up out of nowhere, there's no warning, and you instantly get a jab, and then if he Qs it through you, past you a little bit, that's another attack with the Q, and then it's going to hit you 2 more times. You're getting 3 attacks plus a Q, and it was a free trade for him. So yeah, people have finally started getting better with Azir, so that's why it's becoming more of a problem. It's kind of like when Elise came out, and they're like, your range actually on your spider form to jump into it and then come down on somebody, they actually had a range further than the indicator, so people could get used to the transition of using it like that. But people got so damn good with it, they knew where the actual new indicator was that wasn't visibly shown, and then they nerfed it back to the actual indicator because they were like, all right, you guys figured it out that we had it further out, so it was easier.
We were trying to help, but it's cool.
Yeah, they're trying to help people with that, and so they lowered missile speed or widths on her her cocoon, and they took that circle and actually brought it into where it should have been. And they changed things like that, and it was to help people who couldn't transition into learning how complicated Elise was. I think we're going to see very similar things with Azir.
I agree with you.
So
really hard champions, skilled champions.
Yeah.
I like to see Diana. Diana's on.
I love this personally. I like Diana a lot. Had a fantastic game with her last night, actually. Probably going to make it into a build.
Were you jungling or not?
Jungling.
Attaboy. Okay.
She is insane in the jungle.
Oh yeah, she is.
She also has some of the best sustain in Season 5 in the jungle. For sure. She can stay in the jungle from level 1 till whenever the hell she wants to leave. She doesn't hurt because she has her awesome W.
Yes.
So first off, her passive, the Moon Silver Blade, now displays number of stacks and remaining duration. I like this. Nice little tweak.
It's always just nice to know. Like if you don't play Diana hardcore, you kind of lost track sometimes.
And occasionally you're like, wait, what was that on? And then and you're like, oh, there it was. Found it.
Wasted.
And then on her W, her Pale Cascade, the spheres now rotate at roughly double the rate of speed, which now that means they'll detonate faster.
If you ever played with her, sometimes people would get out of the range of your spheres, and you wouldn't get what you needed out of them.
Yes.
So they're rotating faster, much better. You don't have to stay around. You don't have to, because people would try to run away from you.
And sometimes that would save your life.
Yeah. So I'm glad. Very good change. Very good change.
In fact, if that would have been in when I did what will be my build for it, I would have lived during one fight because of this.
Did you factor in the bad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I would have lived.
Okay.
Like that a lot, though. Next is Fidios Desiles. Drain. Tether range. Going down a little bit. I do like this change, actually.
I haven't seen a Fiddlesticks in so long. I don't know.
I haven't
I'm
seen
like,
one.
oh, it's a champion. Forgot.
I haven't seen him in a long time too. But when he was a terror in bot lane, his tether range on this was a little bit ridiculous. For
He
getting
was
it
a
to
terror
drop.
in bot lane before Thresh came out, and then
He was still played on and off though, like 6 months ago.
yeah, but Thresh would spank him, just obliterate
I
him.
haven't seen a lot of Thresh lately.
That's a bad call because that dude is just broken.
I know he could have no damage numbers and still be a
Best
great
kid
champion.
ever, just best kid out of any champion in the game.
NA, GG. Next we have Nah.
I'm gonna guess that Nara's gonna get tweaked for the next 2 or 3 patches until Summer Split, just because he's so commonly played, and there's vast changes in what happens. Like all of a sudden Nara's just stomping lane, and then all of a sudden he gets countered. It's really hard to balance a champion like that.
Yeah, it's the and the other thing too that makes him either seem worthless or amazing is whether or not he is in big form or small form.
Yeah, if that person can manage that correctly, it makes it really hard for Riot to be like, oh, well, 6% of the players are pro, 20% are somewhat decent, and then the other math real quick.
Well, I wasn't listening. I was looking. I was listening to your number of 6% of them are pro, and I go,
Yeah,
really?
74
That many people are pro? That's what my brain did.
And 74.
You mean
But yeah,
like 50 people?
Yeah, because it's you want to be close, but you don't want to get to that mark. It's like Rumble. You want to be really close to overheat. There we go. I said Overlord because StarCraft.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you want to be really close to that overheat until you can do all that damage and then have the auto attack damage. Same thing with Gnar. You want to be close to that until you want to have big Gnar and you initiate and do it with either like a rock or an ultimate to take your enemy off guard. So
yeah. So the changes we're seeing are just to his passive. Obviously it's been sitting there, but the buff duration from 13 to 15, but Mega Gnar duration from 19 to 15.
Which is a big change. 4 seconds is huge.
Yeah, and then they said tooltip note. It actually said 15, but it was 19. So it actually is going to be that 15 seconds. Yeah, they've been tweaking this, and I hope that someday we can find our perfect spot. But I agree. Yeah,
I feel like he's gonna get the Zac treatment. They try for months, and then it's just dead.
Yeah, and that's the problem though, but I think they wanted to fix that because they can't give inherent tank kits too much power because then there's no room for brawlers, and he fits oddly in the kind of in the middle, shifting to a tank that just has some damage only for 15 seconds at a time though, guys, not all the time. So they want it to work, and I can see why, but it's tough.
It is tough.
So I'm okay with where he's kind of at, but right now I'm banning him, so I'm gonna keep banning him.
Are you?
Yep.
Is he one of your bans?
He is one of the bans right now. Just for
Zed's
now.
still in my ban pool. He's been in my ban pool forever.
Zed does float in and out of mine a lot. He also is used. Usually they end up banning it for me. So
Stupid ninjas.
yeah. Next we have some Gragas changes. You saw some last patch 2, some tweaks. His base slow on the Q going up by 10%, and then the maximum slow on this going up by quite a bit.
90%. What is Wither at? Isn't that the same as Wither?
That was like 85 or 90. Yeah, it's really close.
Okay. Someone's gonna be like, no, it's this, and I'm like, I haven't played Nasus in like 6 years.
Before the game came out, didn't you play Nasus?
When they took out Heart of Gold and Philosopher's Stone, I was like, not playing Nasus anymore.
Yeah.
That was a Nasus strat, dude. Get your GP10s and sit top.
That was what Gangplank did too.
No, it was crit. Oh, it was, and then you went crit.
And he also would sometimes pick up an Avarice, and he'd just have 3 gold items, and you'd be like, I'm good. And Nasus would be up there with you and be like, let's just both farm for 40 minutes and see what happens.
Truce, no one hit each other? No one hit each other, okay.
That's fine. Yeah. Because Gangplank would be banking more, but Nasus would be stacking Qs. So he was like, this is a good trade. Yeah.
Comes down to that end fight. Oh, Nasus just 2-shot us, but Gangplank was running around parlaying people.
Parlay. 900. 1400. Yeah.
The next one.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most picked. I don't want to say that. I don't have the stats. I'm just saying this guy is picked or banned in like every European game.
Yeah, he is.
He is a terror.
I struggled against one the other day.
It's the kit. Again, he has... I would put him second to Thresh. And the reason being is no matter what happens in the team fight, as long as Cassidon is alive, the other team has to be defensive. You can't initiate too hard because then Cassidon can go in the back and kill your ADC.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It really forces the enemy team to play really differently, especially in public games, that causes people to act like morons. And I don't know. I think Cassidy is the best champion you can pick to rank up.
He's one of them. The other reason this specific change to Null Sphere is happening, so it's 10 damage off each rank on base damage. I think the specific reason this one's happening is 80 base damage is actually pretty good, like just in general for base damages when it comes to base damage. The big reason I think here is, and I fought up against it, and I can tell you why, is Cassidy nowadays build-wise, when he comes to lane, he comes with a Crystalline Flask and he comes with health pots. You can't bully him out of lane. He has enough survivability for at least 4 straight levels, in which he'll have enough gold to go back and buy meaningful items at that point. He can get harassed out depending on how good or bad the player is, but he typically can absorb enough damage because the Null Sphere also returns to him his that magic resist shield. So if he goes up against anybody AP and they try to poke every time he pokes with a Null Sphere, or if he's just farming with it, he can't really exchange with them, and he's got enough survivability with his first items that he just can't be taken out of lane. So if he decides to bully you with a Null Sphere, you actually end up having a terrible time because you started a Doran's Ring and a couple health pots, and he's got another 4 health pots or 3 health pots on you, plus his flask charges.
Yeah.
So he can outlive you. So they need to just take a little damage out of it to make it slightly fair. Because I took 4 of those in the first 2 levels, and I was like, I'm out of pots.
Yeah, if you're playing against Cassidy, it's all about the auto attacks.
Yeah.
Hope that you're playing Orianna or Ahri, where you can hit a lot of auto attacks or Annie. Because it's rough early. So.
I did that a little bit. The only problem is you got to juggle aggro correctly too for minions.
Yeah, and then you don't want to overextend because the jungler comes up behind you, and it's really hard to play against Cassidy.
Yeah.
So
it's not optimal. But once again, like you said, you get those couple Annie, Ahri, Ori all do really well, especially Ori with her passive, just in general.
Yep.
Even Lux could probably follow it up fairly well, just because if she lands an ability first with her passive, I mean, she can stack a little extra damage on it. But yeah, it's not the easiest thing in the world. So
I agree.
But yeah, Cassidy. Next, we have changes to Katarina.
Not yeah. I guess they're changes. I mean, they are changes, but they're irrelevant.
Yeah, it's complicated. Attack frame sped up slightly. Doesn't mean she attacks faster. It just complements and completes her attack faster.
It's kind of like
feels better.
When Morgana's auto attack got increased. Some of those weird range attacks, her melee attack was kind of weird, so they just made it go faster.
Yeah, makes sense. I think it makes last hitting easier.
Yeah,
because it represents visually what it does. So
sure,
I like it. Next is Kennen. I'll let you take this one.
Yeah. Okay. So Kennen again, conspiracy theories. Kennen's being picked again, randomly, and now we've seen a little bit more attention. I think they're trying to bring more ranges back to the top. So Kennen fits this perfectly. He does great against Gnar. I think he has a chance against Lysandra and Cassiopeia. Yes, Cassiopeia. But yeah, so anyway, his W now is Electric Surge now hits all enemies caught in Slicing Maelstrom, in addition to targets afflicted by Mark of the Storm, but doesn't double stack. Now, that's his ultimate and his, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I don't really play Kennen much.
Yeah, I don't play him a lot.
But those stacks that, when you hit the 3 stacks to take the burst of damage, you get stunned. So now when he's zipping around and stuff like that, he can add stacks a little bit easier. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it allows him to have the potential of dealing more damage faster, which is what he kind of honestly needs right now because he's been neglected. Yeah,
and then they fixed his ultimate so it doesn't hit people in the same quarter second instead of every half second. And now if you notice that, then you're just awesome. Like, hey, I was hitting a quarter second, not a half second. Okay.
I noticed that too. All the time.
Did you now?
Yeah.
You are observant, my friend.
Somebody has to be. Might as well be me.
But yeah, again, I'm glad Kennen's seeing changes. I really would like to see him more. He's such a awesome lane bully. You can go Doran Shield, Doran's Blade, then build AP, and his team fight is amazing. It's a fun champion, and he's a hamster or squirrel.
Hamster squirrel
ninja.
Squirrel boy ninja. Half bear, half man, half ninja boy. That's Kennen for you. Next we have Nidalee.
Oh, they didn't do anything to her.
They didn't do anything to her.
She's so scary.
She is very scary.
To
summarize, they didn't do anything to her.
Yeah, well, I had a friend that hadn't watched LCS in like a year, or hadn't played League, and he's watching LCS, and he's like, "When did Nidalee Jungle become a thing?" And I was like,
yesterday,
It's
apparently.
terrifying. It
Yeah.
is absolutely terrifying. And it's her numbers get out of control. It's not her early game. Her leap is really far. She can always close it on you. And then all of a sudden her numbers just skyrocket.
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
The scaling happens immediately once she gets her first kill.
Yeah.
It hurts. It tickles.
It really hurts.
Not a fan.
Who was it that lost all the stacks of his Medjais and still got 20 at the end of the game?
Yeah, I think didn't Link do it? Didn't Link get it? And then
No,
he
no,
lost
it was European. Pretty sure. It was a jungler.
Yankees.
Someone will tell us in the comments, but it was ridiculous because he was losing. He invested in an item that was now giving him nothing. And then he got a couple kills and it was the end. It was over.
Yeah, it was GG.
She
She needs a nerf. I think
She needs a nerf, right?
she needs a nerf. She's also one of my currently banned champions.
Too.
Some people play her really badly, actually, and she's not a problem. But people who understand her a little bit, tickles.
That's how I used to feel about Kazakhs. There's always those bad Kazakhs that just didn't really understand it.
Yep.
Those really good Kazakhs were just game ending.
Yeah.
Game.
Yep. Twisted Fate's seen some changes. Stacked deck now builds on turrets, but will not apply the bonus damage, which that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yep.
And then Destiny, now when you use it, casting the gate now sends the on the way ping, like Rex.
It doesn't matter. Your team's not going to pay attention.
Probably not, but this might actually help. I do like the tweak.
I like the effort, but again, people, it's just like Thresh's Lantern. Points an arrow to it, and people still don't click on it.
Next one's coming up. Nocturne and Shen. They'll probably see this.
I want a Shen one. I played a really good Shen, and twice he ultimated me, and I still ran away. For like that half second, and I was like, oh, I have a Shen ult.
Yeah.
But then it's too late. I'd really like a more of a... you know how Zillion got the yellow?
Yes. You know what they should do? You know the Mortal Kombat guy who slides it off the screen and he says Toasty? It should
Is it
be shit.
Toasty?
It's Toasty.
I thought it was Whoopsie.
Yeah, everybody's wrong. It's Toasty.
Are you positive on this?
Positive. I've been corrected on this many times. Anyways.
Awesome. I learned something today.
Yeah. Anyways, it's it should have Shen sliding in on the side, and he should say something stupid, like when he's be like, don't run away, with his hands like together. See,
Stay and fight.
Stay and
Yeah.
fight.
Something, because I felt bad for there's a lot of good Shens out there that ultimate and their team flashes out, and you're like, well,
Yeah.
now I'm not in the fight.
Yeah, man. I got a TP back to top now.
Yeah.
GG. Yeah. Or they could just use Curse of Voice. Plugged it. All right. Anyways, next, Varys.
Oh, there's such a great champion. Oh, no escape.
We're going in.
Love this guy. But there's
I don't
so many
actually mind
cap
him.
closers now that it's just like, I'm queuing and Zed's on me, Cassidon's on me, Annie flashed on me, Oriana Ball. Like, there's just,
Yeah.
you're dead. You're dead.
You can't do anything to help protect yourself besides a flash. And once your flash is gone, so's your life.
So, you're dead.
Yeah. So Varys' ultimate just gets a little bit wider, helps him land it easier, which helps him not have to try to escape.
Yeah. You can
So.
maybe also chain him down.
Yep. So I like that. Next is actually a really fun change. That's really awesome.
She is so strong right now.
She's always been so strong.
Dude, no, it is. I have gotten whooped last couple. I will say this.
haven't
I'm not
tweaked her.
not even trying to be egotistical. I haven't got demolished in bot lane in a while, and I was playing Thresh, and Azira had her way with me.
She spanked you.
Dude, it was awful. I felt like a child. I can't say that. I don't want to be rude to anyone. I felt like a bronzy going against a diamond. Like, it was ridiculous. I was like, okay, here comes the hook. He gets hooked, and then he still puts plants down. Ultimate. My team has to zone. I'm dead.
Yeah.
I built tanky Thresh, still dying, and then he soloed one of our top laners who was positive in lane. Like, I was just like, Zyra
can all in anyone.
Oh, you do so much
Anyone.
damage.
She can, yeah. I love it when you're out warding as Zyra and the enemy mid fine tune. It's like, oh my god, a support, free kill, and then Zyra all ends and you die instantly. Like, wait, what?
Pop. And then you're knocked up, even if you didn't die instantly, and then you're slowed and stared.
And then she clears that pink ward that you went to go defend, and then she runs away.
I would like to see her more in LCS, because I think right now is her strongest she's ever been.
She is perfect for disengage. When they build tons of engage, I want to see her for disengage. Because everybody is rocking these really fast-moving engage comps with Sivir. Dude, get Zyra. You gotta play a little bit safe, but the minute they come in, You drop it and you cut a team in half, and you probably half-life a few of them in the process. She's great. That's why she was my
probably truck
favorite.
them as you disengage.
That's what I did with her last season when I played her. Like, she was my go-to for just, like, it's either like, oh, if my team can't carry, guess what? I can technically if I get into position. Or if they have a jump-in team comp, because that's been going on for a while, it's just like, I'm going to cut them in half, we're going to kill 2 of them, and we're going to be in charge. So.
And Medjai's is also good on her because of the... You start with stacks.
Mm-hmm.
You're always going to get assists. Your plants are going to hit someone. Your ultimate hits something.
Mm-hmm.
And she's really hard to kill. She has really far range. I think she has tied range with Annie. It's far.
It's very close. Yeah, I think
so. I think people should play Zyra more.
Yeah,
so.
Zyra's insane. Go watch my Zyra build. Go do it. It's great. It's my favorite
that's
thing.
That's 2 plugs from you.
Well, I get to do as many as I want. It's my channel. Anyways, we didn't even talk about her changes. Anyways, on her Q and on her E, she's got distance now, like indicators. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Just to help you out.
Let
you know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, plants attacker. Oh, they're not in range. Figured it out.
Yeah.
Spell shields. We're aware of a small nerf to Sivir and Nocturne where they were not intended to be fixing right, where they would sometimes block out the next auto attack as well at the same time.
I did not know about this.
They had it was a known bug in the LCS, but they said to the teams, this is a known bug, but you guys are okay playing with it, but it's a known bug. It might happen. So.
Yeah, it's almost like they should remake the game.
Oh, get wrecked.
Oh,
why would we do that?
Matrix.
Mass texture rebalance, part 7. Fid, Ken, Morg, Veig.
Mordekaiser.
I'm excited about that. I have a lot of
and Veigar. I think Veigar's like one of the most awesome champions ever. If you just want to have fun with your friends, play Veigar mid, and it's just stack the Q, and you just blowing someone up is so much fun. And you're tiny. You're just so adorable.
That's true. He's pretty small.
Oh, this next change though in the items. Oh, it's beautiful.
Go for it.
Okay, so the blue trinket is now dropping a 60-second ward with 1 hit point at the target location. And this ward is untargetable allies, so Lee Sin can't jump to it, and you can't save him like that. But it's awesome. It's awesome that this thing now it stays there. Before it was like, okay, I guess this person's here. I get that, what, was it 3 seconds? 5 seconds?
Something like that, yeah.
And then it's gone. I think it was 3. I think it was 1 to 3. Anyway,
it used to be like, it was like 1 second when they first introduced it a season ago.
Yeah.
It was the worst thing ever.
Yeah, and people can't teleport into all that good stuff. But it is now something that I think ADCs are going to use indefinitely. Because they can just chuck that ward and know that spot doesn't have a LeBlanc in it. So,
agreed.
Yeah, it's a great change. But this is, now you say, okay, well, if blue trinket's getting buffed, yellow trinket is getting 2 charges that last 60 seconds. This is catering to the moving game. I believe I said that the game was going to slow down in Season 5. Is that what I said? Okay, well, the opposite happened. The game is sped up a little bit on engages and stuff like that.
I said
that. I know you did. I didn't want to say it, though. So now the yellow trinket has 2 charges, so you can use it once that spot, 60 seconds is enough to know that that place is safe. Then you can reward somewhere else. It's great. It's great for moving lanes like that. This is fantastic change. Both fantastic. So, yeah. I would like to see bot lanes now going supports yellow ward and ADC's blue.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Yep.
Oh, hey, it's that 3 minute and 30 seconds. Jungler should be ganky. Let me just toss that a ward. I am not in a bad position. I can't be ganked. And we have vision for 60 seconds. Fantastic.
Love it. Yeah, I do really like that. I do like those changes. They're good. It makes those items seem just more playable too. So.
Yeah.
Next is the cowl. Here's the change. We're giving fighters and tanks a little help with dealing with mages in lane. So 150% base health regen. So not actually magic resist number, but health regen.
Yeah, it's Lysandra, Cassiopeia, Ahri, Orianna are just terrifying.
They are.
Lysandra hurts. Did she get buffed somewhere that I missed?
We just leave her. Let's not talk about her.
No, I want Riot to address this problem. She hurts.
So what it is no, she hasn't technically gotten any buffs that I'm remembering. But the one thing that everybody's realizing that they need is with these engage and disengage comps, she has both. So people are just realizing she can go in Sonya's and lock down a whole enemy team, and then one person specifically. And then she can save herself at the same time. She does all those really well. Now, is that overpowered? I want to lean towards it's a very, very strong thing to have, but it has to be executed correctly.
Yeah.
And she's really easy to actually screw up. And her claw is on a very long cooldown. So it's not like she can...
18-second
Yeah,
cooldown?
I mean, it's not instantaneous by any means. Yeah. So the actually thing that I think is broken on her, and they shouldn't change it because then her kit actually would be ruined, is her cooldown on her Q is really short, and she can kite insanely well with it because it slows. It's on like 2.8 second cooldown. So it's a lot of damage. It kites really well, but it's on a really short range. So she has to be kind of in a vulnerable state to use it. So
I agree.
I think she's actually pretty good spot, personally. You just have to use it correctly, which good players are. So you want to climb right now, play Lissandra. That's my personal to you.
Lissandra casted in Thresh Zyra.
I like it, right?
How can you not win?
And Corki.
You think Corki's that strong?
Dude, those mid-game power spikes are stupid. If you can
Sure,
get your
yeah.
Triforce before 20 minutes, Corki. If you can't get a Triforce before 20 minutes, don't play Corki.
I still think Graves is stronger right now.
Graves is really good too right now. I have other problems with him, but yes, if you want to go all in and just go, then yeah, play him.
I don't think he has to rely on people as much, which I like. I like when my ADC I can be kind of freelancey, so I play a lot of Israel.
I don't feel that way with Corki.
Really?
No.
I feel like if people are on you, it's really hard. I mean, once you Valk, you're having a hard time casting all your abilities and auto attacks when people are in your face. It's kind of hectic.
That is a little more hectic. I do agree. It's probably a little bit easier playing Graves.
Graves, you're just laughing in the chaos, just blowing people up. So
You're in my face. Here's a buckshot. Lols.
Buckshot. What's his ultimate called? Ultimate Destruction Explosion.
I get wrecked. Maybe I don't know.
Mega Get Wrecked. Something. Anyway, yeah, Buckshot into a Mega Get Wrecked. It's fantastic.
I like it. Summoner's Rift, Baron Nashor. Cannot be walked through even with effects like Ghost or Fizz's Nimble Fighter. So, change there.
I don't know why, but that's what it is.
Bug fix on inhibitors.
Oh, dear.
Sorry, mages.
Dear.
Fixed a bug where inhibitors were taking ability power to structure bonus damage. GG.
Yeah.
What else is there to say?
Yeah, what about this Ignite thing? I don't understand it, because I'm pretty sure you couldn't recall if you were getting Ignite.
I think you could for like the last tick of it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I read that and I was like,
Yeah, I've never experienced the full... Yeah.
There's not like a whole lot of time you would have had to back anyways.
Yeah, you can't recall while ignited.
If someone ignited you, they're right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, yeah. I got nothing else besides, yeah.
Yep, yeah.
No. Camera changes, cool.
I sneezed.
If you want to read about camera changes, right there.
Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, do you want me to? Or
No, I was just saying to them. I'm not going to.
Oh, yeah, because I don't want to.
Yeah, me neither. Nemesis Draft is coming out later in this patch. That's the mode.
This is so cool.
Some people hate this, and some people...
Because Dota had it.
Did they?
Dota had it. I feel like League of Legends is Family Guy. I'm not Family Guy. Is it South Park, where they say Simpsons did it first?
Simpsons did it first? Yeah, that's South Park.
Okay, South Park. Yeah.
Oh, wait, is it? Yeah, it's South Park.
Because it was Butters, right? And Butters' sidekick?
Yeah.
Dr. Chaos?
Yeah.
Captain Chaos? Mr.
Professor?
Chaos? Professor Chaos, thank you. Should go through all the titles first. But it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fact that you could pick your enemies... It's just going to be really fun. I think this is more of a 10-man play with your buddies kind of thing. Because, I mean, screwing someone over that you don't know is somewhat fun, but not really.
You know what I want to do? I want to give them champions that they probably should know how to play or they think they know how to play. I'm going to give them OP skill champions. And I'm going to see if they can play them.
Xerath, Cassiopeia. I'm not giving someone Gnar.
We give him Azir.
Take it. We don't want it.
He's getting nerfed anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe even Zed. If you're not good Zed player, Zed's
you don't know how to do the Zed combo.
Yeah. So, I mean, even...
Now, have you looked up on Nemesis?
Kale, maybe. People forget to ult all the time.
Do you know how to do you know how Nemesis, whatever it's called, Nemesis draft works?
Yes.
Okay. Can we just not give them an ADC?
Yeah, you can give them whatever the hell you want.
Awesome.
You can give them 5 tanky tank supports. I've seen it in action. You can give them Leona, Braum, Nunu, which is hilarious because you could build Triforce on all of them and be scary as shit.
Triforce and Sunfire.
I was watching one game and they're like, "Yo, let's give them Leona, Braum, and Alistair," and I was like, You know you may have just written your own fate. Late
AP
game.
Alistair hurts.
AP Alistair
hurts.
is destruction. Braum just
Pops
has
you.
slows, and he doesn't really scale with damage that well. That's fine. I understand that. You just have him tank out and have the slows for days, and the stun with the passive.
Sunfire, dude.
Yeah, just do that.
That's good damage.
But my suggestion, ready for another plug? Go watch my Urgot quick build, because you're gonna be playing Urgot this week. Calling it now.
The Urgot fans, yeah, our time has come.
You know what the other one I saw though?
Blood.
Because my time has
What?
come as well. I saw people picking Mordekaiser, giving it to enemy teams. Like, you don't play Mord, no one knows how. And I'm like, oh my god, give me Mordekaiser.
You just ultimate people.
Oh man, he's so strong if you're actually pretty good with him.
I think Mordekaiser is one of those sleepers
I love
that
him.
can be really, if you play it correctly and they don't quite know how to play against you, you will dumpster them.
I'm actually waiting for these tweaks they're bringing in the next patch to see if he is tweaked up a little bit. Because I honestly will start to try to main him, like again, like I did way back in the day. Because I'm still decent with him. I just, I want him to have his time again. So let's see what these tweaks bring. Is my thing. So
I got you.
Yeah.
You, you want to skip all this crap and go to the skins?
Yep, loading.
I'm not sorry, not crap. You want to skip all these things that don't affect me directly and go to skins because this affects my wallet. And I appreciate Riot because every once in a while they just open my wallet for me and start taking money out.
They've been known to do this. I have seen this
So
before.
I bought the Nidalee skin today. I bought the Katarina skin and the Jinx skin, and I'm just like, oh,
Wow,
I don't
you're-
need them.
you're
I
just
have
a-
so many
You're
skins.
just a skin whore. I don't even see
Dude,
you
no.
on League that often.
I'm back. I have played
He's
15 games in 2 days.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
I am. It hurts. People are really bad, but I am back to go to what's the new rank you can go?
Challenger?
Past
The one
Diamond?
in between
No.
it?
Yeah.
Master?
Master. I'm going Master.
You're going Master this year?
Going Master. This
Proud
year.
of you. Have fun on your back.
With my 130 ping.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Hey,
it's so bad.
Hey, actually, ping's been getting better.
You say that, but
No,
not
no,
for
no.
me.
No. I don't live that far from you. Ping's been getting better. Mine was 105. I've had 70s all week.
What?
Yeah, you might be down to 100 now. Maybe.
I think I hit 97 a little bit.
That's good. That's if you're under 100, it's okay.
East Coast, I feel so sorry for you guys because
Sucks.
I played in Las Vegas for 2 years and it was 15 ping
Yep.
or 10. When I played at Riot headquarters, I had like a 20 ping and I was like, "Are you serious?" Like, "Oh yeah, our servers aren't here." That blew my mind.
20 ping.
But the East Coast just blew my mind.
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Oh, how do the people?" I have a new respect for everyone that plays in New York. You guys are the best players ever.
Sub 50 ping is pretty much perfect. Anything below 100 is doable, but not amazing. Anything over 100 to 150 starts to get a little bit annoying. Anything over 150 sucks, and anything over 200 is just unbearable.
Yeah.
So skill shots aren't skill shots. They're
I
guesses.
tried to level an account in the Latin servers because I had 40 ping.
It's so sad that it's better.
Yeah. Oh, I have an 80 ping for Europe East.
Oh my god.
Yup.
That's so stupid. Anyway, skins. I'm not trying to cut you off, but skins.
No, you're fine.
Sweetheart Annie, I believe, will be the first character Annie to have 10 skins. She's the winner.
There's Pantheon, Garen, J4 that have a lot of skins, right?
Yeah, Nunu.
Nunu bot. Yeah, Annie's got a lot of skins,
Annie
man.
has a ton. She'll be the first person to hit 10.
Cool. Way to go, Annie.
Way to go, Annie.
You psychopath.
Yep. Crazy little girls. Heatseeker, Varus. Interesting. Reminds me a lot of just
Cupid?
something I would... Yeah, Cupid, but besides Cupid, obviously, something that would actually remind me of a skin straight up out of Smite.
It's really smitey.
Yeah, it is
Kinda like
really Smitey.
Apollo.
Yeah.
Just look at, he looks like Apollo.
He's an Apollo version of Cupid. Yeah, I mean, like, that's what that is. And then we have the Warden, Sivir, and Nautilus, and the Marauder,
Get myself a
Ashen
new
Warlock.
Nautilus skin, son.
Dude, these both of the, I like these series that are coming out of these.
Yeah.
They're
I like
very
these
cool.
themes that they picked now. Before, I felt like it was kind of random, but now
Yeah.
we have like Battlecast.
Battlecast are cool. Mm-hmm.
Battlecast are great. We have the Mech.
Mecha
Yeah.
Kha'Zix, and
Uh,
Aatrox.
Aatrox.
Yeah, those are
and
really cool.
Fight.
Yep.
And the Marauder ones, look, Marauder Ash.
I might have to get the Ash one. I like Ash a
can't tell
lot.
you what it did to me, but it was satisfaction seeing that Marauder Ash. So.
Yeah, they're pretty badass looking. I don't know how actually. I saw the in-game Warwick one. Don't care for it, but here's my big issue. Warwick's overall just he needs a VU. He needs a visual update bad time. Just himself.
He needs like a Twitch overhaul.
Yeah, he needs a Twitch. He needs a Twitch treatment for sure.
Sivir looks terrifying. Actually, it looks like that champion might be scary because she looks so dorky.
Yeah.
So great. Way to go, Riot. Love you.
These are pretty cool. But yeah, that's creepy for some reason though. Up close, the Annie one.
Because she's a
the way her arm comes at the screen. It's a lot of arm, and it's like
it's a lot of arm.
It's a lot of arm.
It reminds me of the One Piece dude. The stretchy rubbery dude.
Stretch Armstrong.
No, from One Piece, not the astronaut.
I got nothing. Can't help you.
Oh, what's his name? Lou. I don't know. I didn't watch One Piece, but he has a stretchy arm.
I didn't.
Luffy.
I can't. I told you I can't help you here.
I know, but I got it. And Annie has a Care Bear. My favorite Care Bear was Champ Bear. In the comments below, tell us what your favorite Care Bear is. What was your favorite Care Bear, Andrew?
I didn't have one. I didn't watch.
Don't lie to me. Everyone watched Care Bear.
I didn't watch Care Bears.
Champ Bear was awesome. He had a trophy on his chest.
Did he?
Yeah, he was the champ.
What were the jumping bears that drank the potions? And then they like.
Gremlins?
I don't know. I don't think it was gremlins. They drank potions. They jumped around trees a lot. Then, like the potions made them. That's the only one I remember. If you know what that show is, let me know because I don't remember.
The bears that drank potions.
Yeah.
And got high.
No, I didn't say high. They hopped, like hopped around like then.
And they hopped, and that put them at a higher altitude than they were before.
Well, I mean, they could hop up or they could hop down. They were in trees.
Hop up and hop down.
Jump all around. Jump around. Jump around.
Oh, we should do these videos earlier in the day.
This is what happens when it gets late at night. I agree. But yeah, that's the patch notes. Let us know what you liked or didn't like from this patch. Leave us your thoughts in the comments.
Favorite Care Bear. Favorite Care Bear.
Sure, that one. And then other than that, if you made it to the end, we love you more because that's just how that works.
By far our favorite. If this is the second time you heard me say this, I mean, you might as well be a relative of mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he's giving you that praise, I mean,
yeah, I mean,
I don't even hear it, and I know him.
You know I love you.
It's true, I love you too. But yeah,
you're second to Andrew. Everyone, anyone that stayed here, you're second to Andrew.
It's not bad. That's not bad. But that's gonna be the patch, and we'll see all of you guys actually later in the LCS Weekly. So see you soon. Later.